What is up, everybody? Matt here, back again to take a closer look at the Alice Cooper album, Welcome to My Nightmare. It was released on March 11th of 1975. It was Cooper's first solo album, and it was produced by the legendary Bob Ezrin. It's his only record that he recorded for the Atlantic label, and also the album cover was done by Drew Struzan, who's well known for his movie posters such as those for Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and the Back to the Future series. Sound-wise, this is a completely different album from the previous albums that Alice Cooper had done with his band. And the thing of it was that, the Pandora's box was open, and Bob Ezrin really, helped them shape it into something that was really, really cool. The album itself is a concept album dealing with the nightmares of a character named Steven. And Steven would be a character that Alice Cooper would revisit multiple times throughout his albums. So he's kind of become part of the legend of Alice Cooper. His most latest, adventure would be in the sequel to this album, Welcome to My Nightmare, which is also a very good album as well. Vincent Price provides the narration on the Black Widow track, and this would start a great relationship between Vincent Price and Alice Cooper. And they would work together multiple times. And in fact, Vincent Price co-stars with Alice in the TV movie that they made based on this album. It's called just The Nightmare. Not Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare, just The Nightmare. I always got that confused. There is a film adaptation of the tour for this album, and it's incredible. I had it on tape as a kid, and I watched it I don't know how many times, but it has all those cool, iconic Alice Cooper moments, stage pieces and stunts that are in there. I mean, it's just so unbelievably cool. And that's actually going to be re-released by Shout Factory, and it's going to include that TV movie with Vincent Price, so very excited about that, so definitely want to check that out too. It's a very darkly creepy album, and I really like how musically it's just all over the place. You've got hard rock tracks on there like, Cold Ethel and, the Black Widow and Devil's Food, but then you also have things like, the swing jazz Some Folks and, then the just insane The Awakening. I mean, it's so cool. It's not an album that's like all over the place and it's hard to understand or comprehend what's going on. It's all over the place musically, and Cooper really shines in all of those categories. I think it really showed his range as a vocalist and his creativity too. It's a fantastic, cool album. There's a track on here called Escape, and that was actually written and recorded completely by a different band, and they ended up just shelving it. They ended up not even using it. So when it came time for them to do this album, Bob Ezrin was like, hey, you want to do this song? And they were like, yeah, sure, it works. The biggest single on this album was the ballad Only Women Bleed, which was a incredibly heartbreaking power ballad about domestic violence. It was an absolutely massive hit and just is the epitome of the collaboration between Alice Cooper and Bob Ezrin. It's a fantastic single. While they were recording Only Women Bleed, they were all in the same studio, Alice, the musicians, everybody, and they just couldn't get it right. So Bob Ezrin apparently called in a small circus who ran into the studio, started performing right there in the studio. The band got into it, started playing March of the Gladiators, and then they all ran out, and then Bob Ezrin said, okay, let's do it, and they did the take, and apparently that's the take that's on the album. Again, it's one of those stories, I really hope that is true, because that is just amazing. That is just so cool. If you are a classic rock fan, period, you need this particular album. Outside of just being, artistically awesome by its album art and everything like that, it's just such a cool trip. And a great snapshot of just the genius of Alice Cooper and Bob Ezrin, that when they work together, absolute magic happens. It's a fantastic album, and one especially now, people are kind of getting ready for the Halloween season. It's right around the corner, so I'm very excited because I love fall and I love Halloween. So this is definitely one, if you're looking for some good Halloween tracks, look at this one. It's got some great ones on there. That's all I have to say about the Alice Cooper album, Welcome to My Nightmare. I will see you guys next time.